Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let's be real, Baldur's Gate 3 isn't just a game anymore. It's become the RPG benchmark. And today we're diving deep with a fresh 2025 review. Whether you're a veteran who's romanced every companion or new to Faerun with patch 8 loaded, buckle up. This will be honest, hype, and yes, I'll roast the things that deserve roasting. So, should you play Baldur's Gate 3 in 2025? Absolutely. But let's get into why.
Let's start with the plot. Baldur's Gate 3 drops you in the Forgotten Realms with a Mind Flayer parasite squirming behind your eyes.
Sounds gnarly, right?
But what gets you hooked isn't just the tentacles, it's the choices. This is a story where your dialogue, your companions, your betrayals and romances all echo through the world. You get to decide if you're a hero, a manipulative villain, or just totally unhinged. And trust me, choices actually have consequences. Shadowheart's arc, emotional gut punch. Asterian's quest, batters, tears, and some uncomfortable laughs. Lae'zel's struggle against Lakith, or Karlach's heartbreak. They're unforgettable. The way these characters evolve or explode, depending on your choices, is wild. Replay value off the charts.
Now, let's talk gameplay. Baldur's Gate 3 isn't your typical hack and slash. It's tactical, turn-based combat. Dungeons and Dragons rolls, baby. If you thought RPGs were slow, patch 8 has changed the game. Load times have been slashed, performance is rock solid on PS5 and PC, maybe not perfect in Act 3, but more on that soon. And here's the big one. 12 new subclasses added just this year. Want to be a swashbuckling rogue, or maybe a drunken master monk? It's all here. You'll be experimenting with new spells and cantrips, and the meta keeps shifting. Add in crossplay so you can team up on PC, PS5, or Xbox, and the community feels huge. The controller integration, especially with the DualSense on PS5, is really something. The haptic feedback during combat, satisfying as hell. No lazy PC port stuff here.
You'd think Baldur's Gate 3 would drop off by now, but nope, it's booming. We're talking 100,000 plus peak concurrent players on Steam alone after patch 8, surges with every big mod or update, and a dedicated base that crosses 1 million players each month. That's wild for a single-player RPG years after launch. Sure, there are critics who say the complexity isn't for everyone, or Act 3 can feel messy, but the vast majority are loving it, and that's reflected in overwhelmingly positive reviews, hovering at 96%, with tens of thousands of new wins this year.
Patch 8 wrapped things up in style. New subclasses, crossplay support, and a photo mode that's honestly amazing. What to stage weird memes with Lae'zel or make Astarion Vogue over his latest victim? Go nuts. You'll find dozens of poses, dances, effects, even meme stickers. Serious photographers or meme lords welcome. Larian considers this the final major content update. Still expect minor patches and crucially modding support. This isn't the end, just the end of official new stuff.
So let's talk about Act 3. Is it epic? Sure, you're finally in Baldur's Gate, the crossroads of legends. But here's where Baldur's Gate 3 slips a bit. Lots of folks complain about performance hits in Act 3. Textures load slow, stuttering is real, and some quest lines feel undercooked, with dropped threads and less reactivity than earlier acts. Narratively, the ending can feel rushed, especially compared to the meticulous arcs of Act 1 and 2. There's a sense that things could have been polished more, especially companion interactions and the payoff for some plotlines. But hey, for a game this massive, some flaws are inevitable. And Larian is still patching bugs, albeit slower now.
2025 is the golden age of Baldur's Gate 3 mods. Seriously, if you're on PC, it's a playground. Adjustable party sizes, new spells, wild romances, custom campaigns. The modding toolkit is robust, and community creators keep adding new stuff every month. Even consoles can dabble now, but PC is where things get wild.
Mod support means Baldur's Gate 3 isn't just replayable, it's basically immortal at this point. There are mods to fix annoyances, add challenge, or just turn every day into a chaotic fever dream.
Baldur's Gate 3's companions are, in a word, legendary. Remember Asterian's revenge against Cazador? The raw emotion is wild. Shadowheart defying Shar is genuinely beautiful. Will's hellish redemption arc, Gil's please don't touch the crown drama, and Karlach finally getting her moment. These are scenes that stick with you long after the credits roll. And don't sleep on the sidekicks like Scratch, the best dog, or even wildcards like Minthara. Every companion feels deep, never just window dressing.
You'd think Baldur's Gate 3 would drop off by now, but nope, it's booming. We're talking 100,000 plus peak concurrent players on Steam alone after patch 8, surges with every big mod or update, and a dedicated base that crosses 1 million players each month. That's wild for a single-player RPG years after launch. Sure, there are critics who say the complexity isn't for everyone, or Act 3 can feel messy, but the vast majority are loving it, and that's reflected in overwhelmingly positive reviews, hovering at 96%, with tens of thousands of new wins this year.
Baldur's Gate 3 does have issues. Act 3 can feel buggy, chaotic, and rushed. Inventory and party management remain unwieldy. Evil playthroughs are less nuanced than the heroic paths. Some folks wish for more short race diversity and origin characters, or a native camera overhaul. Performance can take a hit, especially in late game city scenes, and not all bugs have been squashed for high-end rigs. And yes, endings can feel lacking if you're chasing those perfect RPG wrap-ups. But here's the thing, most players are willing to forgive these because everything else is so damn good.
So, is Baldur's Gate 3 worth playing in 2025? Hell yes. It's rich, deep, emotional, and endlessly replayable. If you're a story gamer, tactical combat fan, mod fiend, or just want to lose yourself in epic fantasy, Baldur's Gate 3 still delivers. Bugs and late game hiccups aside, this is one of the best video games ever made. Drop in, roll some dice, and let chaos reign. And if you've already played it, grab some mods, start a new romance, or crank up photo mode for a whole new wild ride. Baldur's Gate 3 is back, and it's as irresistible as ever. If this review helped or hyped you, smash that subscribe and drop your favorite Baldur's Gate 3 moment in the comments. What's the wildest thing you've done in Faerun? Next week, we'll be looking at the top mods for Baldur's Gate 3 and best builds for patch 8, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. If you are new here, press that like button and subscribe for many more good videos.